Hello everybody and welcome back to the craft room with Tanya. Now, I pulled out a few scrappy backgrounds yesterday, fails as we would call them, and this is one of them. Please forgive the state of the nails. I've glue in them, I've everything in them. I've been footering about this morning in the craft room. So what I was thinking of doing was seeing if I could rescue this in any shape or form, and I thought the best way to do it would be to use a serviette cover over the top of it. Do you see that? You still get a little bit of the impression coming through. I don't know if you can see that. You can still see those bits of white from the leaf that lifted all the colour off the gel plate. So I thought that would be quite pretty, wouldn't it? I have a bit here that I have actually, yeah, I think I'll use that. And what I'm going to do, I wonder should I cut, yeah, I'm going to go over the whole thing. Oops. Let's just cut it roughly fast, right, so that we can still use, the serviettes just keep on giving, don't they? They really, really do. My hubby, my wonderful sweet hubby, came home with another 3 packets for me yesterday, so I have 60 new ones to add to the stash that I'm trying to get rid of. Right, God bless him, the little dote. Now, I thought that was a very thoughtful thing. Now, let's see. We'll get this bit of Mod Podge. Ooh, do you see the ink or the acrylic paint's actually running a little bit with that Mod Podge? Maybe I should have primed it first, but I'm not worried what this looks like underneath. It's going to, that's pretty cool. I've ended up with a bigger mess than I started with. Right, let's get this on. Just let it fall down, and then doesn't, see the way I've got little bits here that have ruffled. Don't worry about that. Just pat them down because they all give dimension. I do want to squeeze out that sort of pattern, you know, that. Oops, that doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. If it tears, I'm not worried. There we go. Just get rid of that. And what we're going to do is just clean up first because I can't stand glue on the plate. There we go. That's better. Lift it up. That's pretty. Isn't that a lovely, lovely serviette? Creates a gorgeous image, doesn't it? So really all I've done is use that card as a backing plate. Now what I can do, if I wanted to, is I could tear it and rip bits off, you know, to show the card underneath, but why should we? Now you can still, you're still getting the lovely pattern. Do you see that? That lovely, those little bits of white and dark brown and whatever grungy green are still coming through. So what I'm going to do, it doesn't really matter about trimming this, but I'm just going to do it because I hate things being too untidy. There we go. Now, somebody was saying, oh, I cut a bit of card off there. Somebody was saying to, on the messages for yesterday's, I think it was yesterday's, yeah, it was, that they didn't have a lot of success with all the sticking down. That it didn't work for them. So hopefully this technique will work for you. If you have a background that you don't like, now let me see. I don't want to be putting a mucky colour. So all I'm going, I've still got a bit of that brown on that, have I? I'm just going over the serviette with the Mod Podge and a very stiff brush, which I like to use because it's A, my Mod Podge brush, and B, it gives you another dimension, you know, it just adds to the whole texture. There we go. That'll do lovely. That will dry clear, don't worry. Put that in there. And another clean up. There we go. Perfect. Fire that over there. If you saw the state of this desk, it's an absolute disgrace. Now, let's see. Here's one of my little tabs. Where's the other one? I have a little set here. I don't know, this might be too small. I think I really need to work with these two. It's a Craft Stash UK set of nesting dies, and they're just this little rough edge, and they're very sweet. So that's what I'm going to cut out, but I'm going to hit this with the heat gun first before I cut them out. So bear with me a second or two, please. Okay, and welcome back. Now I'm going to have to let that sit for a little while because the Mod Podge is still a tad tacky, and I don't really want to be starting. I think I've lost one of my little feet or something on the... I have. Sorry, I do beg your pardon. I've lost one of my feet. It's making a holy racket. I'll have to investigate and see where it's gone. It won't be too far away. Would I see if I got something I could shove underneath that for a moment or two, because it's doing my head in. Let's see, there's a little bit of card. That's better, much better. Can you see? Great. So, like I was saying, all I want to do, I don't want to do very much with this, because as you can see, I've got little bits of texture with the rough bristles on the brush, and then where the serviette has creased, and even, you know, there's little bits of that have ripped off here. There's a bit. Have got caught on the brush. So I love it like that. That's exactly what I'm going for. I'm delighted, to be honest. And there's a crease in the serviette. You see that there? It's perfect. So what I might do is I might cut, I was going to cut these little pieces out of it, but I'm thinking I might make this into a card in its own right because it's so beautiful. I don't know. I'll have a little think about that. I might use a little image like this. Do you see? Oh gosh, it's so pretty. I don't want to cut it. That's a beautiful flower there, isn't it? And you've got this wonderful image coming through underneath from the print, and there's the white. Do you see around the edge of the gel print? So I'm really, really loving it. Yes, I do like this bit. Oh, decisions, decisions. I really don't want to cut it. No, it's a tough one. All right, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to cut this and I'm going to make it into a card like I did with a frame. Right, I don't want to cut that, Tanya. What are you doing? Yeah, I want to cut something slightly bigger than that. So let me get my dies. Oops, daisy. Yeah, about there. Perfect. Perfect. Right, let's get that done. Simple as that. Now, because this card, serviette, and 2 layers of Mod Podge, I'm running that through. Oh, that was, oh no. Gosh, that was close. Very nearly stuck. Whew. So there we have, oh, that is so beautiful, isn't it? There we have the serviette. And then this is going to be my frame. It's going to go around that. And then all I need to do is possibly cut out a little. Do I have, wonder would that work? Then I've used up another bit of my stash. I think that's a tad too light. That's a pity. I'm going to have to cut out the butterfly. No. Where are my butterflies? Let's see. So that's going to be a white frame around that. Right. I was working with these. It's too big. Oh, Or if I put those, just fire them in. Look. They're pretty. I do like those ones. I like that one very much. I could use it. I wonder would that work? Dragonfly would work as well, wouldn't it? Dragonfly would work very, very nicely, actually. I better get this right. I don't want to get this wrong. Let's see now. Let's see if I cut him out of that bit there. And that bit there. And then like that. That would work. Let's see. Let's see now. Bear with me a second. We'll get this cut. Oops, a daisy. They've all fallen off. It's such a pretty, pretty serviette. Come on, over you go. That's it. Oops, that's moved. Right, and there we go. Keep your fingers crossed. Please don't stick. I am chancing my arm a little bit here because that Mod Podge hasn't quite set. I should really leave it till later and do it this evening or something, but no patience, eh? It's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Right, where are you? It's my new... Uh-oh. Oh, please come out. Good job. It's still tacky, but it has come out. Hallelujah. Now. Oh, that reminds me. Lovely, lovely lady. All of our crafting group or subscribers or whatever you like to, I like to think of you, as you know, of part of a big crafting group. But one of the lovely, lovely ladies, now let me put these away before I lose them, was telling me that she has a clever way for people with arthritic hands of opening serviettes. Now, bear with me. Let me get you one out here to show you. And this is fabulous. I'll complete this. I know I'm going off kilter here, but it's well worth it. So, you know the way you can fluff about and try and get these open? Well, she gets a little bit of sticky tape. She sticks it to the back layer like that, uses it like a tab, and then peels the front layer off. Look at that. Isn't that so... You can take this off then. Isn't that so clever? Look. So easy to do. Look at that. And there I am with my next piece all good to go. Isn't that terrific? Now you see, that's the benefit of being a member of a big group. You get filtered through information just like you would in any craft group. Now let's get this made. I'm just going to go and get my panel cut, my little frame. I'll be back in 2 secs. Okay, and whoopsie daisy, sorry I rocked the camera there, I do apologise. Welcome back. I must see if I can get a better piece of kit rather than this gooseneck thing, because it's, no, isn't that beautiful? I think actually I want it, do I want it to go that way? Maybe. I think that's the stem, so really it should be this way. Okay, right, and then we'll have the little frame on like that. Oh my giddy aunt. Isn't that incredible? A background that was definitely meant for the bin. Right, let's get our little... Isn't that the way the dragonfly goes? Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, that's it. Doesn't go the other way. Sure it doesn't. I always worry about this. It doesn't really matter. Unless you're a entomologist. Is that right? It's not, you know, it's not, it's the other way around. Finally, we'll get it right yet. There we go. Now, don't panic, because what we're going to do... Oops. Oops! This not butterfly, this dragonfly does not want to play ball. There we go, come on. It's because of the glue's not sticking because of the Mod Podge, I think. That's better. Now put another tiny bit on there and put our little fellow. Do you go that way or that way? I think it's that way. Yeah, I think that's it. Isn't that pretty? Oops. Right, it's moving all over the place. Let's see. Where's my... There it is. There. No. We'll just let him dry for a minute or two. Bear with me just for a second, please. Sorry about that. Doorbell went. Now, what I want to do is I want to lift this up the way I would normally do. So I'm just going to whiz round. I hope this photographs, because sometimes a very dark piece of card like this, you go to photograph it and it looks like nothing. And yet I'm sitting here thinking, oh, it's stunning, it's gorgeous, I'm so thrilled with it. And then you go and take a pic and you go to put it up on YouTube and you're going, I can't put that up. It happened to me the other day. I did an absolutely gorgeous card with a crocus embossing folder. I think it's an Altenew one. And I went over it. I did that trick. I can't remember what you call it. Some people call it emboss resist, but I don't think that's the right term for it. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's where you run over you with either you paint, colour in, whatever, or put ink on the deboss side, and then you run over the emboss bit with a darker colour, and I used my black Distress Oxide. Now, my black Distress Oxide is knackered. It has been seriously overused. Whenever I actually bought the, I think it was, can't remember, but I bought a set of Distress Oxides on eBay to get me up and running, because they're so expensive. If you're having to buy a complete set, and I've no patience, as you know, so I decided, right, I wanted Distress Oxides, and I bought the set. So obviously some of them were better used. That's it. Some of them were better used than others. Oh, that is gorgeous. There we go. So it just stick her down like that, and then I'm just going to lift these others up. There's no glue there, no. And we'll get this down on the card, and then put our little embellishment down with our dragonfly. And there's a background. Now, granted, you don't see much of it behind this, especially with such a small panel, but it is there, and it is adding something. There's no doubt about that. I'm just going to run over that too with a bit of glue. Whoops! A bit sticky. Right. Now, let's see. Opening this way. There we go. Just get this straight. Good idea if I held it straight, wouldn't it? Come on, come on, come on. Here we go. That's me. Perfect. Oh, would you look at that? I think that, without adding anything at all, I think that's a card in its own right. Oh my word, I am thrilled with that. Absolutely thrilled. I don't even want to add the dragonfly. He's too big anyway, isn't he? Is he? I'd have to put him there. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it as is. There you go. Maybe there. Maybe. I could put him like that. He is pretty, isn't he? What do you think? With or without? Right, I'm going to photograph him without, and I'm going to photograph him with. I'll just stick him on with a I'll photograph him down the ways. Come back and let me know what you think, because I can't make my mind up. I do like him, but I like the card on his own. And, you know, you can see the Mod Podge. You can see the texture. You can see what looks like a mark there. How did I do that? Bet you it's a bit of glue. There, I think that's it. I think that's better. Do let me know what you think. I'll go and ask advice from Mum, because she's a great eye. I do like him, but I think that's enough on its own. Isn't it gorgeous? Self-praise is no recommendation. I know it's somebody. It's not my artwork, because it's a gorgeous serviette, but what it is it's my background, isn't it? And all together we put it together rather well. Oh, I am so thrilled with it. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with him, you know. I think he just adds something, doesn't he? Yeah, I'm going to put him on. I've made my mind up. There you go. I need to put a little bit of foam tape in there to lift him. So much for putting it to the vote, eh? But I'm sure you'll come back and tell me anyway. You'll say, oh, you shouldn't have added him. He was gorgeous the way he was. Or it was gorgeous the way it was even. Or you'll say, I'm so glad you added him. I would have added him. So I'll please somebody and disappoint somebody else, I think. Isn't that always the way? Now let's get that little tiny titchy piece of doodah tape off and get him stuck down. And then I'm going to get a well-deserved cup of coffee before I start the day. Now let's see, I want him, whoopsie daisy, right down at the edge like that. There, that little bit of foam tape has just lifted him perfectly. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah, I think he does. Whoops. Oh no. What happened there? It's snapped. Oh dear. That's not so good. That's my fault. That's not the tape's fault. I hasten to add. Right, we'll pop that in there. Pop that in there. And there's another. And what you could do is you could do hello, just for you, hugs, happy birthday, out of your rest of your. So what I would do is, if it were me, because I don't like putting my dies on until I have an occasion, what I will do is cut a section off like that. I'll put that in a little bit of, oops, he hasn't quite stuck yet. I'll put that in a little envelope that the card goes in, and I'll put that away with it in my box. And that way I have this ready for doing my embellishment. Do you see? Or something inside, maybe a smaller dragonfly or something inside. You put the whole lot away with it if you wanted. It's entirely up to you. But that's what I do. And then I have that if I want, for whatever my sentiment happens to be. So there you go. There's another little pretty card from an absolute disaster of a background. And it's using up your stash, it's using up your serviettes, it's using up your fails, if you like, your backgrounds that you didn't like. And I still could get a little butterfly or something out of that. I'm quite sure I could. But I'm not. The whole point is to try and get rid of stash, not keep it together. And I'll put these all in a little envelope and put them away together in my card box. And then it's ready to gift to somebody special. That is a real corker. I'm so chuffed with that. This little fellow, I've no idea where I got that die. I know I got it from eBay, but I've no idea what he is. But there's no shortage of dragonfly dies. If you type in on Amazon or Google or eBay or whatever, dragonfly die. I know Gummy Pan do one, but I don't believe he's a Gummy Pan one. I think the Gummy Pan one's a lot smaller than him, and it doesn't come in the 3 bits, you know, it's all one die. But I like the way this comes together. And that Mod Podge has given me a gorgeous sheen on him. Delighted. I'm going to be doing a whole lot more of these. A whole lot more of these now. I didn't expect that to turn out quite as well as it did. So there you go. I'm going to go and stop talking and let you get on with your day. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me the thumbs up and the like, whatever you like to call it. And if there's anything that you would like me to make, don't hesitate to ask. You know, sometimes if somebody is struggling with a particular something or other, like the lady that said to me that she didn't like using bits of paper and sticking them down. It just didn't work for her. So hopefully this will. Hopefully you've a couple of old serviettes knocking around that you can use. If not, you can buy a pack of serviettes out of some of those bargain basement stores. You know, like, well, hubby brought me 3 home yesterday from a shop in Belfast called Wise Buys, and the 3 of them cost £6. So I have 60 serviettes for £6. If you look on Amazon, you can get a set of 20 for £4. Now be very careful. Amazon do serviettes and they do decoupage serviettes. Your decoupage is going to cost you £4 for 4 serviettes. Whereas if you buy a set, and this was a set of 20 from Amazon for about £4, £4.50 in around that. That's what these were. Where did I put them? There you go. £4. And look at them, aren't they stunning? Now, they did come from, I think they came from Germany originally, but that's just by the by. But I fell in love with them. I loved them. I knew they would make a good card. But you'd hardly recognise that. She wouldn't. Look, it's completely different. Well, it's not completely different, but look how the background has affected the serviette. Oh, please, I do hope you have a lot of fun. I hope you have as much fun with yours as I've had with mine. I can't wait to go and make a whole lot more. And again, if you use them up, if you have a load of serviettes and you put them onto backgrounds, even if you're using the same serviette, you can cut different sections. You can use different backgrounds that you don't like maybe yellows and oranges and browns. I do apologise. It'll give you a completely different feel. And you can make a set of 3 cards as a gift for somebody, using different segments, using a different background, whatever, different embellishment. Maybe butterfly or a flower or whatever. Or you could go with a little boat. If you use maybe this part of your card, it would be hard to distinguish what it was. Look, do you see that? And you could use that as a sea background with a boat on it. Do you see that? So don't, have fun. Enjoy it. You could put 3 together. There's a really lovely gift for somebody's, anniversary, birthday, whatever. It's fantastic, because that's what my hubby keeps saying to me. What are you going to do with all of these cards? And what I do is I put half a dozen or so together as wee presents, housewarming presents, all sorts of things. And then my sister comes up and nabs about 20 of them and makes off with them and doesn't even watch my YouTube videos. What do you think of that? Rascal. Right, okay, I'm off. I'm going to let you get on with your morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a wonderful time, and I hope that you are having a wonderful time crafting. And I hope you do give this a go. And to the lady that didn't like the pieces of paper being stuck down, please let me know what you think of it. Hopefully this will work for you. And if not, let me know what avenue you feel I could go in to get rid of your stash for you. Because it is one of those things, you buy the bits and pieces or you inherit them. Or somebody realises that you're a crafter and the next minute you get a load of bits and pieces that you don't want to throw out. It's always a problem, isn't it? But it's a problem I don't mind solving, I have to say. I love stash busting. I love coming up with new ideas. So hopefully it worked for you. If not, let me know and I'll do my best to come up with something else. Take care. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye now.